Hey everybody, this is Flakes, and today I'm going to be going over how to easily do the new Grandmaster Proving Ground. Now, the most painless way I found to do this is to run 2 Ursa Titans in Middle Tree Sentinel with banner shields, and then your third class can be a damage super of any type. Chaos Reach is preferred, you can use Goldie, Revenant, whatever really. That third class is just going to decide how quickly you get this done. Next thing that is important to mention is that this strike does contain all elemental barriers, so you're going to need somebody with Arc, you're going to need somebody with Void, and you will need somebody with Solar. So make sure you have that distributed throughout your team. As far as weapons go, I do recommend using a succession for anti-barriers that are in this GM, as well as a hand cannon or something that can stop unstoppables, like a pulse rifle as well, and then Anarchy for damage. If you don't have that, run a rocket instead of Anarchy, run a pulse rifle instead of a hand cannon. Just make sure you have all elemental types covered. Alright, as far as mods go, I highly recommend you run Concussive Dampener, as this will allow you to tank a shot from the boss, otherwise he will one-shot you, and it's no bueno. It's no fun. I don't recommend it. Just bring Concussive Dampener, please. Make sure you have something for unstoppables and anti-barriers, as we discussed before. Other than that, I recommend running a Charged with Light build, something with high energy fire, maybe taking charge, or Powerful Friends. Alright, as soon as you start the GM, you'll notice some Vex and Cabal fighting right in front of you. Go ahead and ignore them, and you can push about halfway up the hill where you will kill 2 champions. Use the edges of the rock as cover as you take out the 2 champions here, and then move along the left side of the hill to another vantage point where you should be able to kill the champions that are closer to the base. There are 3 turrets that are in the base area over here. Make sure to kill them before they kill you. Once you've cleared out this area of ads, a mini-boss will spawn in, as well as a few more ads. Make sure to focus down the ads first, and then once you've gotten the mini-boss to about half health, he will go immune and put up a shield in the middle of the battleground area. More ads will spawn in directly to your right here, out of a little doorway. I recommend anarchying it and throwing a nade. Focus down the ads, and then make your way closer to the boss to bring down the shield. At this point, if you are using Anarchy, make sure you only shoot 1 on the little shield generator in the middle of the barrier. If you shoot more than that, it will do no damage. Other than that, you can use other weapons to bring it down. Just make sure somebody else on your fire team has the aggro of the boss before you peek into the barrier. Once that's down, finish off the boss, and then make your way into the tank. Once you reach the vehicle hangar, the Ursa Banner Titans really come into play. What I recommend is you have one of your Titans jump down and pop their shield, and then make sure you are standing close to them, right behind them, so that they are protecting you from all the damage that's being soaked up in this room, being shot at you, as well as making you a ton of orbs. I recommend using your damage super on the vehicles, as those are the hardest thing to kill in this room, and they can one-shot you. Continue chaining the Ursa Banner Titans until the entire room is cleared out. If you run out of ammo, make sure you shoot out all of your ammo, as the game will provide you with some after 5 to 10 seconds of having 0 ammo in all of your weapons. Look out for dogs, as they do spawn in about halfway through this fight. Make sure to take them out as soon as possible so you don't get overrun. Once you clear out the rest of the ads in this room, tanks will spawn in. I recommend handling this by rotating to the far left corner of the room and chaining Banner Titans as you did before until this wave is cleared out. Be careful halfway through this fight as well. Dogs do spawn in, and every once in a while, a Legionary or a Barrier Champion may try to flank you. Make sure to take care of them as fast as you can while never dropping a Banner Shield. Make sure whoever is on your damage super, like Golden Gun or Chaos Reach, is focusing the tanks during this portion, as those things have crazy big splash damage. Make sure a banner shield never goes down, because if it does, more than likely your team will wipe.
halfway.
Once you've cleared out this room, push through the rest of the strike all the way up until the boss room while chaining banner shields. The number one rule here is, if there are 3 or more ads that you are staring at, pop a banner shield, soak up the damage, let the rest of your team take out those ads. Any less than that, make sure you're playing a corner or something in order to kill those ads. Otherwise, you should be fine. Once you reach the boss room, it's important to note that the boss has 3 phases. And at the beginning of each of these phases, 3 ads will spawn in the back of the room. These ads come out of small doors that are sort of up in the air in the back left and back right of the room. My recommendation for the first phase of this boss is to have the entire team near the back of the room where the boss spawns in. Have each of the banner shield titans pop their super as soon as the ads come in. Hold their shield up on the ads, causing them to blow up and allowing the banner shield to take some damage, thus getting back some super from the Ursas. And once the ads are dead, it is time to damage the boss. Just make sure to keep something between you and the boss so you don't take damage from his void cannon. If he does hit you, make sure you jump through the tunnel to your right. Try not to hit the ground inside the tunnel, as after a moment it will start burning you. Throughout this entire phase, the boss will be shooting out fireballs that do track you and your teammates. If it looks like you can bait them into a wall, they will explode into that wall or even the barriers around the room. But if it looks like they're coming right for you, make sure you shoot them. Do not take damage from these, as these can one-shot you if you do not have concussive dampeners on. Please run concussive dampeners. Once you get the boss down to 2/3 of his health, he will go immune and place a dome shield in the middle of the arena. He will stand in the middle of this dome shield until you bring it down, and he will be immune inside of it. What's more important here is that 2 unstoppables will spawn in the back right and back left side of the room. Have your whole team stack up on one side. Have 1 banner shield pop if the unstoppable gets close to you, but really what you want to do is try to burn this unstoppable down on one of the sides as quickly as you can. Have your damage super pop during this phase and try to bring it down as quickly as possible. Another thing to note is that fireballs will be chasing your team while you are fighting these unstoppables. One way to handle these is to have one person bait them into the wall, if they are skilled enough to do so, or you could just have a banner shield pop after doing a mild amount of damage to the unstoppable and then run into the balls as they're coming at your fire team. There is a cheese spot inside the tunnel that is safe from the fireballs if you run against the very middle wall in the tunnel, and it has to be the front. You cannot run against the back, otherwise you will take damage from the fiery ground inside the tunnel. Kite the unstoppable back and forth, jump through the tunnel if you get into trouble, and that's generally throughout this entire encounter. That tunnel is there to save you. If you see fireballs coming at you that you can't get away from, if you get hit by the boss's void cannon, if an unstoppable pushes you and you feel like you're in trouble, just jump through the tunnel. Try not to touch the ground. Once you have killed both unstoppable champions that have spawned in, use the cheese spot in the tunnel and wait for the boss to stop shooting fireballs. Yes, he will do this after about 13 or 14 times of shooting fireballs. Once you can hear that the boss has stopped shooting those fireballs out, you can push out of the tunnel and attempt to do damage to the barrier. I recommend having one member of the fire team grab the boss's attention while another member of the fire team pushes in and does damage to the little generator. Once you have brought that down, the second phase of the boss fight will begin. Ads will spawn in at the same places they did during the very first phase. Have both of your banner titans pop super and hold their shield up on the ads like they did during the very first phase of this encounter. Once the ads are down, it is time to do damage to the boss once again. This time he will start rotating around the room. My recommendation is kite him to one side, do damage, and then jump through the tunnel. Repeat this process until the boss reaches 1/3 health. Once he reaches 1/3 health, he will go immune, and this time he will jump on the platform right next to the fire team. He will put a dome shield there, and he will start spitting out fireballs and shooting his void cannon at you. My recommendation for handling this part is for the entire fire team to rotate to the opposite side of the room, the entrance of the arena where the fire team came in to start the engagement. 2 unstoppables will spawn in near the back of the arena at this point. One on the right, one on the left. I recommend burning down the one on the right as soon as you see him. And then if the one on the left does end up getting close to your fire team, have one of your banner shields pop and guard the damage while you burn him down. Every once in a while, the boss will shoot his void cannon at you at this distance. Just make sure you're keeping an eye out for that and try to dodge it. The fireballs at this point will not reach you, so you do not have to shoot them. You do not have to worry about kiting them. Once both of the unstops are down, you can spend the rest of the time at this side of the arena just waiting for the boss to once again stop shooting the fireballs. Once the boss is done shooting fireballs, you can push up to the dome shield and try to take it down. Just try to keep something between you and the boss while you are running up to the shield, as the boss is still shooting his void cannon and can take you out. Once the shield is down, ads will spawn in just like the first and second phase of the encounter. The boss will start shooting fireballs once again at this point, so have both of your titans pop immediately, hold their shields up, block the fireballs, and kill the ads. Once the ads are down, the boss will start rotating around the room. Once again, kite him to one side, then jump through the tunnel to the other, do damage, jump through the tunnel, do damage, jump through the tunnel, do damage, repeat all the way until the boss is dead, and GG's. Hopefully you get some good loot from the GM.
Nuts, bro.
Oh my god. No pally.
I got one.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and hopefully you get some good loot from this GM. Please like and subscribe for more D2 content, and as always, have a wonderful day.